Is love enough for a relationship to last? Today, we're going to dissect one of the most popular topics there is: relationships. See, this topic will never, ever be boring because as human beings, we all crave love. Till the day we die, we're going to crave love. And that's why I'm going to dissect it. And earlier today, I was scrolling through Twitter. I found this one tweet asking, is love enough for a relationship? And I thought about it. I said, this is an important question because love is not enough. Right out the gates, I'm just going to say, no, love is not enough. In order to keep a relationship going, in order for a relationship to withstand all the hardships, you're going to need a lot of different things. Two people. And look, I'm a believer in monogamous relationships. I don't think having multiple people and like more than two people in a relationship is ideal, in my opinion. Some people think it is. Everyone has their own views, but in my opinion, I think two people is what forms an idealistic relationship. Now, you're gonna need to have a lot of things in order, both of you. And today, I'm gonna cover a few things. I'm not gonna cover everything because love requires so much. But without these few things, I'm gonna count them before I even say few. One, two, three, four. Without these four things right here, I can almost promise you that relationship will not last. And there are more things. I'm not saying these are the only things that you need in order for a relationship to last. Because obviously you need love. But without these four things, I promise you, it's going to be hard to keep that relationship going. All right, so let's get into it. Now, before I even say anything about this topic, I'm just going to admit, in order to truly be someone who wants to love or to receive love, you need to admit this. As a human being, as an adult, you need to admit that you are not perfect and you are capable of hurting others' feelings. Yes, as harsh as that sounds, it's the truth. Nobody out here is perfect. Nobody out here is God's gift that's just so perfect. We're all God's gift, but nobody is perfect. We all have the capability of hurting people, and nobody's perfect. So you need to admit that before you go out trying to say, okay, I'm enough. I am not wrong. I did everything right. That person was toxic. No, you need to realize that you're not also perfect. All right, let's get into it. All right, so the first thing you need to have, you and your partner need to have in order for that relationship to last is respect. Respect is paramount. I kid you not. Matter of fact, I think without love, someone can never love you. You cannot love someone without respecting them. I promise you, because when someone does not respect you, they will be fine lying to you. As bad as that sounds, it's the truth. They will be okay lying to you. They will be okay manipulating you. And that's all because they do not respect you. Matter of fact, being around someone that does not respect you, even if you don't look at them in an intimate way, like, oh, I like this person to be my girlfriend or boyfriend or wife or husband. If you are around someone that does not respect you, you will hate being around them. Nobody likes being around someone that does not respect them. You will feel annoyed. You're going to feel disrespected. You'll ask for small things and they will answer you in a smart, disrespectful manner. Like you can ask, hey, can you hand me some water? Can you hand me the water bottle since it's close to you? They'll say, you have hands, you can get up. That's what they would say. When someone does not respect you, that's how they treat you. They treat you as if you're nothing. So respect is paramount. And honestly, when someone respects you, it allows them to listen to you. I'm going to give you an example. For the most part, I can say that the majority of us watching this video have been in school before. We've all had teachers. And one thing that I will admit is when we respect a teacher, we never talk over them. We always listen to them, even if we do not like the teacher. Just think about some of the mean teachers that you've had in your past, like in elementary, middle school, even college. What's one characteristic about them? Or one thing that you noticed about those mean teachers? Everyone listened. They were known as the mean teacher, but everyone respected them. You don't have to like someone in order to respect them. But guess what? You will listen to them. Because if not, If you didn't listen to the mean teacher, guess what would have happened? You would have gotten kicked out of the class. You would have gotten suspended if you decided to disrespect them. So when someone respects you, it allows them to listen to you, listen to how you feel, to what you have to say, and they won't have to retaliate towards everything you say. So respect is the first thing you need. And like, truly think about the people you don't respect. Matter of fact, if you don't think respect is paramount in a relationship, I want you to think about the people in your life that you do not respect. Because I'm gonna be honest, there are some people in this world who I can truly honestly say I don't respect. And because of that, I don't listen to them and I don't treat them well. I'm gonna be honest. And you need, like I said early in the beginning, as a human being, you need to admit that you are capable of hurting others. I will be honest, when I don't respect someone, I don't care about how they view me. I don't care about how they see me, and I don't care about what they think of me. That's just a true, honest fact. And we need to admit that. So realize you need to respect your partner, and your partner needs to respect you. If there's no respect, that relationship will never, ever be solid. It will be one-sided. So make sure you have respect. All right. Now we're going to talk about the second thing. The second thing you need is the ability to compromise. Oh boy. Oh boy. Compromise. You need a compromise for sure. See, when we look for people, or when we're finding love, or we're searching for love, we're always going to search for the people who we can relate with, who we can talk, have conversations with, have fun, enjoy dates with. And typically those people have similarities with us. They like the same things that we do. But one thing that I will truly admit is it's going to be extremely difficult to find someone who truly likes everything that you like. You may find someone that likes, matter of fact, it's like this. And you may find someone that likes 30% of what you like, even 40%, even 50%. And if you get to that point where you find someone that likes 50% of what you like, that's good. I promise you, 50% of what you like is good. That's all you really need. Now, if you could get to 70, 80, 90, 100, that's even better. But once you get to the point where you find someone that likes 50% of what you like, you can work things with them. You won't have to compromise as much. And trust me when I say this, if you ever find someone that likes everything that you like, you better believe that's manipulation, because I think that's actually difficult to find. I think it's difficult to find someone who likes every single thing that you like. Trust me, it just doesn't work that way. We're all different as human beings. We're all going to have different opinions. Even twins, they might like the same things, they may wear the same outfits, but they have differences. So if you find someone that likes everything that you like, they're probably manipulating you. So watch out for that. But if you can find someone that likes 50% of what you like, hey, work things out with them and start compromising. Compromise, because compromising is what's going to lead to a healthy relationship. See, to get the best out of someone, you have to allow them to be free. You have to allow them to live life and enjoy what they like. If you're constantly forcing what you like on them and they're not getting the opportunity to do what they like, they're going to resent being around you. You're going to question, why is it that they don't ever like doing what I like? Why is it that it's so difficult to go out on a date with them? Why is it hard for us to just hang out? And that's because, for the most part, you're probably thinking that, oh, I like this, so we should probably do this. But on the other side, they like you, so they don't want to tell you that they don't like it. So they just go along with what you like. But if you have the ability to compromise and say, okay, you know what? How about this? For this date on Tuesday, I'm going to choose the date. Thursday, you're going to choose the date. Next weekend, you're going to choose where we go to. The following weekend, you're going to choose. Take turns picking what to do. Take turns picking which restaurants to eat at. Because sometimes you may think, oh, this person wants to go to Chipotle like me. And they're going to say, yeah, because they like you. And realize that sometimes in relationships, some people agree to do things just because they like you. They're probably going to say, oh, yeah, I want to go to Chipotle. But really deep down, they don't want to go to Chipotle. They want to go to Chick-fil-A. Realize that. You probably think, oh, they want this, but they probably don't. And in order to allow someone to express how they feel, establish that routine, having turns. Whether the woman, as a man, I think the man should be the one that establishes the rule of picking in turns. Anyone can, it's not a gender thing, but as a man, you should probably tell your woman, okay, yeah, you know what, let's take turns picking dates. And if that person does not want to comply, hey, you gotta time to step back, take a step back, let them realize that that's not gonna work that way. Because if they're the ones that's gonna have the fun in the relationship while you have to suffer, do what they like, it won't work. So talk with your person, let them know, okay, let's take turns picking the dates, let's take turns picking where to eat, so that way everything flows. So that way both of you are compromising, rather one person is compromising and the other person is just looking at the person like, oh, this person is annoying. I thought I liked them, but they're always making me do what they want to do. So learn how to compromise and realize this. Your right is not always right or correct. Whatever you think is okay is not always okay. Once you can realize that, I promise you, relationships will flow much easier, because some people think just because they want something, everyone has to do it. Just because they pick this restaurant, or just because they want to do something all the time, their person has to follow. They think that if their person doesn't want to do what they want, then the person doesn't love them. And that's a childish mentality. As an adult, you should realize that we all have our own opinions, our own likings, and the best way to get the best out of someone, to enjoy someone, is by allowing them to be free. So let them enjoy life. Let them choose dates. Let them choose restaurants from time to time. And do not manipulate the situation. Like, for example, if it's your person's turn to pick the date, the restaurant, don't start complaining, making things up so that way you don't have to do what your person wants. Because sometimes that's the case, Some people will try to manipulate the situation. And although you may not want to, I think it's better to express to your partner saying, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to give it a shot because you want to. And I want to support what you like, because I want to see the best out of you, rather than trying to manipulate the situation, saying, oh, I'm sick, or like, oh, like, this is not the best time to do it, or like, today is just not good. So allow your person to be free. All right. Now we're going to talk about the third thing. This one right here is important. Communication. Oh boy, communication. Communication makes life easy. I promise you. At work, if you don't communicate with your boss, you think your job will be easy? No. If you get sick and you don't communicate that with your boss, you're going to get fired. So with the relationship, if you don't know how to communicate, text your partner, call your partner, I promise you this, it will not last. It will not last, because someone that cannot communicate will eventually start losing the love that their partner had for them. If you don't know how to communicate with your partner, I promise you this, they will stop loving you. They will stop liking you. And it's just as easy as that. Now, when it comes down to communication, some people do know how to communicate, some people don't. And there are some people that think they know how to communicate with their partner, but in reality, they're just manipulating the communication. What do I mean by this? So, allow your person to freely express how they feel. You need to allow your person to truly express how they feel. If your partner is saying, no, I don't like this, I think this should be this way, don't be the person that cockblocks them and say, no, don't do that, don't do that. Or like, for example, if your partner has an expertise in a field, they tell you, okay, you know what? I know about cars, I can fix cars. They give you a suggestion. Don't be the person that say, no, who are you? You're not my mom, you're not my dad. Don't be the person to say that. Because you probably think you're going somewhere, you're probably asserting some type of dominance, but truly, what you're doing is allowing your person to stop loving you. And that's the thing. That disrespect, the saying, "Oh, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You're not my dad." That's disrespectful to your partner. People do that and they think it's okay. They think they're gaining something. They think they're gaining some type of dominance, like they have power, but truly they're just losing that person's love for them. That's all that happens. See, there are different ways to communicate, and blocking your partner's opinion when they're trying to help you is what's going to cause them to not love you. Allow your person to express how they feel. Now, if your person is overly critical, they always have something to say, talk to them about them. Let them know, okay, you know what? I see you want to see me do great. You love me and you want to see me live the best life, my best life, but understand that I think this is the best solution for me, rather your solution. Talk to them that way instead of saying, "Who are you? Who do you think you are?" Because that's disrespect. Now, with communication, understand that sometimes people cannot always communicate with you. If you're at least 22, you have a corporate job, a 9 to 5, a 410 job, a job that requires you to be in the office for 36 hours, maybe 40 hours, sometimes 50, 60, or even if you have a business, you know you are busy. It is extremely difficult to stay in constant communication with your partner if you have a critical job that requires you to have your attention in the field all the time. Now, there are some jobs that allow you to have your phone, text, and communicate throughout your work period. It's going to be extremely difficult. And they're probably only going to be able to contact you in the morning, during lunch, or after work. So understand that people have lives. If you don't have a corporate job, just think about this. A doctor, right? Let's say you're a doctor. You always have to do surgery every time you're at work. Every time you're at work, you always have to do surgery. Would it make sense for a doctor to text their family members while they're doing surgery? Just think about it. What kind of a doctor texts their partner while doing surgery? And by the way, surgery may take, 30 minutes, an hour, sometimes 12 hours, sometimes, I don't know exactly, but surgeries take, different, surgery takes a long time sometimes. And there are jobs that are going to require you to maintain focus for the majority of the day. Matter of fact, all jobs, they want you to be doing work for the entire time that you're there, for the entire 8, 10 hours, 12 hours that you're there. They want you to be doing work. They don't even want you talking on your phone, texting. So if you are someone with a job or your partner has a job, realize that they won't always be able to contact you. Sometimes they're going to have to be at work all the time. And they're going to have busy time periods. They're also going to have slow time periods. And you need to, and if you're an adult, you're seriously pursuing someone, realize that they won't always be able to contact you. So another thing about communication that some people don't understand is they avoid the harsh conversations. See, in relationships, we all love the easy, loving relationships. Though, I love you. You make me feel this way. Every time I look at you, you always make me happy. We love that type of communication. But some people don't love, personally, I don't even love these topics. I don't like the harsh arguments. Nobody loves them. I hate them. I despise those conversations. But one thing I truly can admit is that some of the best relationships are when two people have the capability of communicating, arguing, expressing how they feel, and taking accountability. Sometimes people think that it's okay to never take accountability. Now, there's always a good time to express how you feel, and sometimes saying certain things or expressing certain things is not the best time period, depending on the situation, the scenario, where you guys are at, or how both of you are feeling. But one thing that I can truly admit is all taking accountability is always better than avoiding the harsh conversations. When you're dating someone and you guys are arguing, don't be the person that always says, okay, I don't want to talk about this today. avoiding the accountability to express how you feel, or avoiding the accountability to apologize. Because sometimes people do that. They'll see that they're in the wrong and they'll avoid the accountability. Or let's say they had a heated argument with their person. They will start resenting their person. They'll say, okay, I don't want to talk to my person today because I'm so mad at them. But that's kind of stonewalling to an extent. And you're kind of building resent on your person against you when you do that. And sometimes people don't realize it. It's always best to just take accountability. And honestly, if you're in a loving relationship where you truly love someone, it's going to be hard to not take accountability for things that you do. Because when you actually love someone, it's going to be hard for you to do hurtful things. And when you do hurtful things, you're going to be open to apologizing. Matter of fact, when you love someone, you're going to be ready to apologize right away. You're going to be like, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for this. I didn't mean to. And, when I first started doing it, when I did this, this is what I thought was going to happen. This is what I thought I was trying to do. But in reality, you took it the wrong way. You're going to be ready to apologize. You won't be ready to retaliate right away and say, no, you're wrong. This is right. This is what it's really supposed to be. You won't be the person to retaliate right away. So realize that you need to take accountability when you're arguing with someone. That's another form of good communication. A lot of people don't know that. Taking accountability is great communication. This allows your person to truly love you, by the way. When your partner sees that you can admit to your wrongdoings, they will love you. They will be open to talking to you. They won't have a cringe feeling when it's time to talk to you. They're going to be open to calling you, texting you, and they won't be so stubborn about contacting you. They're going to feel open, free about talking to you. And sometimes people don't understand that. They think that it's okay to avoid the harsh conversations, but it's fine to engage in the loving conversations. And I promise you this, a relationship will never last when someone cannot take accountability. It will never last when one person has their foot outside. Trust me. And one of the best ways to communicate with your partner in a relationship is by expressing how much you love them. See, communication is not always about just checking in on them, saying hey, or just arguing or taking accountability. Sometimes it's just texting your partner or calling them, leaving them a voice message saying, I really loved how you cooked for me. I really loved how you bought this for me. And I didn't expect that. I really loved how you care for me this way. Showing them that you truly appreciate them. That right there makes them appreciate you. When you do that, that person starts to fall more in love with you. That's positive communication. And don't do it for manipulate. Guys, as an adult, I don't know why some people, maybe it's, I don't know. Do it out of love. Don't do it for malicious ways. When you're someone who's striving for success, that manipulation and toxicity doesn't even come across your head. The mind games doesn't even come across your head. Like some people, one thing that I've noticed on social media is I've seen TikTok reels about how people are TikToks and YouTube shorts, Instagram reels about how people use manipulation tactics by not contacting their partner for a certain amount of time period or during certain days for them to like them more. And I'm like, that it just doesn't make sense. Like, that's not true love. If you think that your partner loves you more when you do that, that's not. They're just starting to feel sorry, or like they're like, oh, I'm losing this person, so they're starting to feel bad. That's not real love. That's just scarcity. So you need to have true, genuine love, not manipulation love. So work on communicating, expressing how you love them, and taking accountability when you're wrong. All right. So now, the last thing, the fourth thing that's going to keep your relationship going with love is having the passion to make it work. This right here seals the deal. It's not the most important thing. Matter of fact, everything that I've listed is not, actually, I think respect is more important than any of the things here. Respect is number one out of all of them. But the passion to make it work is probably second. And the passion to make it work is what's going to keep that relationship going. See, nowadays, there's one-sided relationships that are just going all over. Like people are fine with this one-sided stuff, like saying my person is the prize or I'm the prize. That's one-sided. You realize this: when you're in a true, genuine relationship, no one is the prize. The prize is the actual relationship. The prize is the love. Love is the prize. That's why that's the thumbnail for the video. Love is the prize. Nobody can be the prize in a relationship when there's genuine love. The prize is the love. Two people that like each other, genuinely like each other, physically, mentally, making things work. That's the prize. Not, oh, my man makes a lot of money, so that's why I'm with him. He buys me all the shoes, all the bags, or my woman is the baddest. She's so bad. She looks so good. She got the best. She got a fat. Not that. So she's the prize. Look how beautiful she is. She's bad. That's not a matter of fact. When you are looking for someone who you truly love, yes, you're gonna look for a beautiful woman, a handsome man, but the outside features will not trump what's inside. They will not trump that person's personality. When you're looking for someone, you're always going to find someone that you find physically attractive and someone whose personality that you like. All that physicalness is good. You're going to need it. I'm not saying physical attraction is not important, because it definitely is. Matter of fact, I don't think I will never date someone, or I will not in the future when I decide to get married, my wife will never ever be unattractive. My wife will be attractive. My wife will be a 10 out of 10. So if you're looking for someone, a man or woman, someone to date, or if you're trying to find marriage, always look for someone who you think is a 10 out of 10. I'm not saying they have to be a 10 out of 10, but look for someone who you can look at and say, you know, she is so beautiful. Like, oh my. Or like, look for a man who you can look at and say, you know, my man is handsome. If you're a woman. Now, like I said, find a passion to make it work and realize that a relationship will never work when someone has one foot outside. Don't be the person that wants to break up right after the first argument. Some people think it's okay to just end things off right after the first argument. Oh, I don't want to be with you, or I don't want to be with you. Who do you think you are? Or like, who do you think you are? That is not okay. Someone like that is childish. They still have a childish mentality. They think that a relationship is supposed to be solid. No. Matter of fact, I firmly believe the best relationships are with the people who know how to argue. I'm not saying they're there fighting each other or yelling at each other all the time, but people who know how to argue, who knows that, okay, yeah, we're not doing okay right now, we're arguing, but I love this person. I'm willing to make things work. Those are the best relationships, when people know that they want to work things out with someone and they're not trying to manipulate the situation, trying to get their way all the time. Those are the best relationships. When people know I have to compromise, I'm willing to make things work. I need to accept that I'm wrong in this situation and my partner's right, or I'm right. And I need to be able to articulate to my person that they're wrong and show them my point of view, rather just ending things right out the gate just because they're mad, they're in their feelings. That's a childish person. That's a childish mentality. And if you're 21 and up, you're going to start ingraining that mindset and realize that's the best way to live life when you're in a relationship. Realizing that you need to start taking accountability and not trying to end things when you guys are arguing. Another thing is, there are going to be times when you have to do more work. What do I mean by this? If you're married, if I'm married to a woman, like for example, let's say future Jonathan, when I get married and my wife gets pregnant, guess what? I'm gonna be cooking every single day. When my wife can't sweep, guess what? I'm gonna be sweeping. When my wife can't do something, guess what? I'm gonna be the one doing it. I will be the one doing it. Now, if you're a woman, you're looking for a solid man. Let's say you guys get into a situation where your man gets injured. He falls somewhere, he breaks his hand, he breaks his leg, or he gets paralyzed guess what? You're going to have to step up to the plate. Your man used to be the one that used to throw out the trash. Guess what? You will have to throw out the trash. If you want a solid man, you're going to have to take on responsibilities. See, relationships are not always, oh, this is what the man does, this is what the woman does. No, when you're trying to make things work, you guys do what's best for the relationship. You guys aren't over here saying, oh, she has to cook for me every time I come home. I need a now. If you're a woman, realize this. If you want your man to love you, especially if you have free time, you don't have a job. If you cook for your man, you're gonna have that man's heart. But as a man, you need to realize if your wife has a job, she can't always cook for you all the time. Realize these gender roles, like, oh, she has to cook all the time, they apply, but not all the time. Realize that sometimes as a man, you're gonna have to cook. You're gonna have to cook. You will have to cook. You will have to take care of the baby. You will have to change the diaper. You will have to do it if you want solid love. If you want solid love again. As a woman, you want a solid man? Guess what? Guess what? Oh, y'all gonna hate me for this one. If your man loses his job, guess what you're gonna have to do? If you want a solid, loving relationship, genuine love, you will have to pay those bills. You will have to pay those bills. And I'm not saying, oh, like you're gonna have to do it all the time, but you need to step up to the plate. Do things to make the relationship work. All this, oh, I can't pay the bills, I'm not gonna cook, I'm not gonna clean, it won't cut it. Like me personally, I will never, ever pursue a woman who doesn't have the mindset knowing, okay, I have a man, he's a hardworking man, he's gonna put on. He's down right now, but he's gonna step it up. I will never pursue a woman who doesn't have the mindset knowing that sometimes I'm gonna have to step up to the plate and put in more work than him. And as a woman, never ever pursue a man that doesn't have the mindset knowing that when my wife is pregnant, she can't do certain things. She can't cook. She can't work. I'm going to have to take care of not 100% of sometimes 100% of the responsibilities because she's sick. She's carrying my child. I'm going to have to take care of everything in the house. As a woman, you need to realize that you can never, if you want a genuine, loving relationship, you can't pursue a man that doesn't have the mindset thinking he's going to have to cook. You need to pursue a man that knows he's going to have to cook when you're pregnant. When your child is hungry and you're taking care of the baby, the infant, your man needs to know he's going to have to cook. Yes, that's right. As a man, if you want a genuine, loving wife with genuine love, you will have to cook. You will have to feed a baby and change diapers. And I know I'm saying this all direct because this is what people argue about all the time. Or like, she can't cook, or he doesn't pay the bills, but you make money and you don't want to pay the bills. He got fired. How are things supposed to work? You're making the most money. If you want a solid man, you better start realizing that you have the resources. Take care of it. And if your man can't get up off his tail and go find a job, hey, now it's time to really reconsider. Now that's when you can argue and say, okay, yeah, he's lazy. See, when this is some advice for a woman. Never pursue a man who does not have ambition. As men, we have ambition, and a man with no ambition is no man. Like it does. And some people may say, "Oh, that's sexist. You can't just say all men." No. Believe me when I say this. As a man, what makes me be proud of myself? What makes me know that okay, I am him. I am me. It's knowing that I have the ambition to get what I want. I work hard every single day to get money, to improve my life. That's what makes me a man, having that ambition. So if you're a woman, you pursue men that have ambition. I'm not saying he has to have that headstrong, like super headstrong, but find a man who you know, if he falls down, if he loses his job, the next day he already has 50 job applications submitted. If he can't find a job, he's going to be a barber. He's going to be a mechanic. He won't be embarrassed to do jobs that's going to require him to do certain things Now, there are certain jobs that you probably should stay away from. Like if it's dealing with you having to be nude or embarrassing your family, yeah, don't do those jobs. But find a man that knows if he loses his job, the next day he applied to 50 by the end of the night. The day he loses his job, no, find a man that knows, okay, he's gonna have to apply as soon as he loses his job. Don't get with a man who's lazy, who just plays games all the time. You know he's trash. He just hangs around his friend. He's probably cheating on you. Don't do that. And as a man, don't look for a woman who expects you to take care of everything. Yes, that's right. Don't find a woman who thinks she can't cook, she can't clean the house. I will never pursue a woman who, as a man, who's looking for a solid love, never ever look for a woman like that. Ever. Those are Jezebel spirit women. As a woman who wants genuine love, you need to understand you're gonna have to take care of certain things. So that's making it work. And you guys see how I took so long on that one, knowing that you have to make no realize I took so long on that one issue, the passion to make it work, because that's what's gonna seal the deal. But it's not the most important. Respect is the most important. But the passion to make it work is what's gonna seal the deal, because there's gonna be rough times in your relationship when someone has to compromise. And if someone can't compromise, hey, it won't last. So make things work and understand that relationships are about two people loving each other, respecting each other, expressing how much they love, doing things to make it work, and not letting the outside interfere with what they got going on. Keep your relationship private, but I'm not saying don't allow people to know that you're with someone, but keep it private. Keep your arguments between you and your partner. Don't tell your friends, even your family members, oh, my man or my woman. Keep it between you and them and make things work. That's my ideology on relationships. And that question, is love enough for a relationship to last? So no, love is not enough. There are so many things that you need between you and your partner in order to make things work. And the 4 things that I listed today are some of the most important ones, but they're not. Actually, respect is the most important one. Respect trumps everything. Respect, that's number 1 without a shadow of a doubt. If your person can't respect you, if you can't respect your person, it will never work. Me personally, I will never pursue a woman who can't respect me. Someone who I'm giving advice to, and they're like, oh, no, I'm not taking your advice, or they're fine manipulating me, lying to me. I will never show them true love. I will never show them true love. And that's just how it works. Respect is number 1. And second, making things work, having the passion to make it work. And then after that, there are several other things, but from this video, in reference to this video, I only talked about 4 things. So that's respect, learning to compromise, being able to communicate well, and having the passion to make it work. Those are the 4 things, in my opinion, that I feel like are super important in order to make things work. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. I hope you all learned from this video. I hope you gained something. And if you did, I would appreciate it if you leave a comment down below on what you think, your opinion, and some things that you think are important in relationships that I did not cover. Because like I said, there are other things, and I'm still young. I'm still in my 20s, and I still want to know what do relationships require in order for them to work. Like I said, I don't have all the wisdom in the world. I'm still young, but I'm always open to learn. So I'd like to know. So leave a comment down below on what you think. If you have more knowledge than me, write it down. I love to learn, and maybe I can talk about it in the future. But anyways, like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed my vibe. And also come back for another video. I'll see y'all later. Keep living life, keep learning, and truly discern when you're looking for someone. That's the main thing I can say. So make sure you truly discern your person. Don't just find someone who you find physically attractive. Make sure you actually like that person. You like their personality, because if you guys are not compatible, it will never work. It will never work. But anyways, that's it for today. Peace.